You know, it's funny. A lot of the time when I'm shooting videos, I don't realize that my camera work is as bad as it is. Maybe there's a purpose for that. You're not supposed to see my face, because my face really doesn't matter. And I know that's weird coming from a woman, but I guess that's what makes me a man. Because a woman is remembered for her beauty, 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 beauty. And a man is remembered for his accomplishments. What does a woman accomplish other than baking some bread, making some babies, making dinner for her babies, and hopefully for her husband? I would do this if I could do this. If I could do this, I would choose this. I would choose this. Because I think it's a beautiful thing. But if I had that, I would vomit. If I had that, you know, I would vomit. If I had that, I would vomit all over my husband and dinner too. Sorry, honey. Are you gonna beat me over the head with a frying pan the way I really, 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 really want you to? That's what would happen if I ever got married. I would pretty much beg my husband to kill me, and what I'm saying is that it wouldn't be good for me, and it wouldn't be good for him, and it wouldn't be good for our little babies. People really shouldn't get married if they're not serious. I don't understand why you would have sexual intercourse and not take that shit serious. And it's crazy. It's so crazy when you think about it. And you know that we've been thinking about it forever. Being adopted, we can't not think about it. You can't not think about it. Because it's like, I'm a bastard child. I'm a bastard child. So of course I was prone to be wild. And I have no idea where I came from or who I came from. I have no idea. And that's always fucked with my head. It made me wish that I was dead, 'cause being dead would be still better, instead of, you know, waking up every day and not knowing what your purpose is, waking up every day and asking yourself questions and never receiving answers. But if somebody just sat me down and said, Amy, you're just gonna have to wait a while, you're just gonna have to wait a while, yeah, here's another bag of pot, and here go you another bag of pot, so, you know, that really helped a lot. It did. I just wish I had had it sooner. I know that high school would have been way better, way better. In middle school would have been way better. In elementary school and preschool, preschool would have been so much better if I had a bag of pot. But anyway. Sorry, I'm not trying to encourage drug use, but if you're confused about your existence, if you don't know what your purpose is, I would highly advise a bag of pot, actually. But I don't want to give advice. I'm just saying that, like, if you're trying to figure things out within yourself, marijuana is literally the drug to do that. It's like the greatest accompaniment to self-discovery. The problem with it is that people do it too much, and then it becomes like their whole life. And now, I asked myself the question, is it better to be a pothead, or is it better to kill yourself? I think being a pothead is better than killing yourself. And I know that seems like a little bit limiting, but I really felt like those were my only options at the time. And so I chose marijuana, much to my parents' dismay, much to the dismay of the state. Well, I don't want to say the dismay of the state, because it makes the state a lot of money, does it not? I don't think that they're in dismay about it at all. But, I had sponsors in Alcoholics Anonymous that didn't understand it. And they were telling me, like, don't talk about it. If you still want to go to meetings, don't talk about it. And I was like, you know what? I really don't want to go to meetings. I'm like, and it's not like I smoke weed so that I don't drink. It's not like I'm choosing weed. That's the thing about addictions. I get that, people typically replace one thing for another, but I don't think that marijuana or alcohol or cigarettes or even vaping or any of that shit, I don't think that it can be lumped in the same category, because there are different reasons why people do things, It's like, I know a lot of people that drink socially, or they smoke weed socially. It's not something that they do in their own spare time just because they're not motivated to do it. Well, I'm like the exact opposite. I would rather get fucked up by myself, because I'll have a way better time than if I do that with other people. If I do that with other people, I'll probably leave those other people and go be by myself, because that's what I do every single time that I get drunk or ridiculously high. If I get a little high, I can, like, hang out with other people, but it's not that it makes me paranoid, or it makes me reclusive, or it makes me, like, want to isolate myself. It's that it brings out the part of me that is that way. And it helps me to just accept that about myself. Now, a lot of people don't get that. They would say, well, pot's bad, because the part of you that wants to not be around people, that's a bad part of you. But I disagree with that. I think the biggest lie that we're told, and I mentioned this a few videos ago, I said the biggest lie that we're told is that we're not alone. You're always alone. You're always alone. That should not be depressing. People should get to the point where that doesn't depress them, okay? The reason why so many people do a lot of the things that they do is because they don't know how to be alone. And if they could just accept that, they wouldn't need to see a therapist. They wouldn't need to read self-help books. They wouldn't drink and use drugs to the extent that they end up in a 12-step program, okay? You're always going to be alone. You live alone. You die alone. You exit this world alone because you were brought into this world alone. Okay? It's just the way shit is, man.